subscribe, and share.
Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett, and I'm the founder and owner of TechReviews, and today we are continuing with our beekeeping application, and in this segment I'm going to show you guys how to set up your buttons to go from one screen to the next. We're going to be making a total, well, 2 screens already made, and that way you could get a pretty good idea on how to switch between the screens, or what's known as activities, and that way you can make the best application that you can in the amount of time that you have. Now, as far as that goes, let's jump on into a quick personal advertisement and then go into the how-to.
Thanks for sticking around during the ads. Please feel free to click on the icons shown to be taken to areas where you can help us. All links will be below for mobile and other users.
Welcome back. Now, I want to mention 2 things before we move on. First things first, this will be on GitHub. So if you want to check out the source code, play with it, modify it, take it and do whatever you want with it, cool. But one thing to keep in mind is it will be on GitHub. I'll leave a link below the card, and that way you can be taken to my profile, which is where the project is, and a whole bunch of other Android related projects and other projects I'm working on. And this particular one will be called Beekeeper's Tool, as you may guess. So check it out, and that way you got access to the source code of. Second thing is and by the way, that's open source, it's free, so it's cool. So second thing is simply this particular thing I'm showing you guys today. It's very important for you to understand, especially if you're going for a career. The reason is if you don't know how to switch pages, you're not going to really know how to do much, unless if it's a single page application, you're kind of luck. And that's a huge thing. Know how to do this and study it very well. Now, you don't need to remember it. I want to be very clear. You don't need to remember it. You just need to know where to look it up. So know where to look up, use my code, but know what it does. That's the only thing that you got to remember. So as far as that goes, let's move on to the actual project itself. Now, I decided to do something very interesting with this particular one, and it's up to you guys if it stays like this as far as my future tutorials. But I decided to just go ahead and get all the code done and show you guys what is it's the deal, and that way we can go step by step and make it a whole lot quicker instead of you seeing me write out the code. But basically, let's explain the activities, the main activity. So going from where we left off, if you go down to from design to text, you go into the preview, you get this, and you can actually see the changes happen in almost real time. So let's talk about this thing right here. In fact, we need to change this. So let's talk about this. What we added was 2 buttons and 2 text views within this area. So what I found in both iPhones and Androids, it happens pretty much on, but it's mostly on iPhones. But the buttons tend to merge if they're right next to each other for whatever reason, and or at least the images. And a way to fix that is simply by putting a small text between the buttons, as you see here, and making the actual color the same as the background. So how to do that is text, and to change the color of the background to Android text color and whatever that is. Going back into design, if you don't know what the hex is, then we can then go to color, and within this color wheel you can tell it what color you want, and it'll just give you the hex. So it's pretty cool on that. From here we got the 2 buttons that we added. One's main menu, the other one's help. We identified it, and then we sized it with this code, and that's pretty much about it. From the others, what we did is basically started another, and the layout itself, and did the same as before, but with the layout we made it center its gravity. So how you do that is go to the gravity, make sure the layout is selected, go to gravity and go center, and it does this, make sure everything's in the center. We basically did something similar. We did a vertical layout, within that a horizontal layout, and height is wrap. The within there we did a start button, and the horizontal we did a center of gravity. Below the actual button and the horizontal layout have small text. From here we changed the color of the text and the background to cyan, and I made it into 8 dp. From here we have a scroll view under it, which basically means anything within this right here, if something goes out of range, then you can scroll to it. So this scrolls up and down, and the other scrolls side to side. So from here we have another layout, vertical. From here we have text. Simple as that. So the Java portion of it, what we did here is with these two buttons, we identified it. So we told the Java code that we're going to be dealing with a button. Within this code, we want to identify what we're about to identify as that, and then equals button, and it was identification. So we started with this, and I see here that's the identification. Same thing for the other button. Going down a bit, we set up whatever said here and set on click listener. So it's basically, it says whenever this is clicked, do the following. And for the following, we started activity and the class that we wanted to go to. So say this, which basically once that starts, it closes and kills this, and what happens is it saves space. So from here, when it opens this, it goes into here, reads it real quick, and we start the layout, and below then we got another button that we can deal with. So within this area, you may be asking yourself what to do. If you put in this and then this, anything in the middle is considered as what's called a comment, which doesn't really affect the code. It's just for your personal, it's like notes for yourself or whomever you're working with. And that's pretty much it as far as that goes. So yeah, that's as far as that kind of goes. Really much else. I will get more into this in later videos, but again, this has been straightforward. Now, one thing I want to mention real quick before we take off, let's try to go to start, since stuff's pretty easy to read. This, you can change whatever color you want, or not color, but the name you want. This has to match up with whatever you put up here, and this has to match up with whatever is in the layout. It's pretty simple stuff. But again, it's been Craig Bennett, founder on Tech View Snap. And and if you do run problems, go ahead and go to build a clean project. That helps out. Check your troubleshooting stuff. But if all fails, go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll try to help you out. But anyways, if you like this, please leave a like, please subscribe, please share, and please feel free to check out my other videos and links provided. If you don't like this, go ahead and leave a dislike, but tell me why so I can fix it in future videos. But again, this has been Craig Bent, founder and owner of Tech Views Nope, and hopefully you like this. And the last part of this, we're going to be testing out this particular application. So let's run it. And for whatever reason, it decided to switch background again, which is fine. We just got to fix the text. And so as you see here, it switched the activity. Let's try it again. And there you go. And again. And by doing final, it makes it where they can't go back. So again, you might not want to do that. Doing it on a main menu is probably fine, but do it on side menus, you might not want to do that, like help and stuff. So, yeah, it's working perfectly fine. But anyways, again, you can check this one out on GitHub, and again, you know where to get me if you got any questions. You have a great day.